Hello everyone, thank you for joining me here on this episode 11 of Vegan Police TV. In this episode I'm sharing my thoughts on the recent Effective Vegan Activism 101 presentation by Tobias Leenaert to the Chicago Veg Group. So without further ado, let's get on with it. Now, Tobias Leenaert, the misnomered Vegan Strategist, did a presentation on what he calls is effective activism. Now, the thing that I saw with that, there was actually nothing in that presentation that was that could be construed as helping people become more effective at promoting veganism. All I saw was how you can become more effective at promoting anything other than veganism. So for Tobias, he believes that any reduction in the consumption of animal products is okay. Well, to an extent, that depends on what your reasons for going vegan in the first place in the first place were. So if you're of the view that it's a rights violation, that you want to give other animals their rights, so that's the not to be used as property, the right not to be exploited, and the right to live their life to their own devices and things like that. Well, to that extent, a reduction in the consumption of animal products isn't acceptable because you're still violating the rights of another animal. Now, if you want to go down the suffering path, even then, the reduction in the consumption of animal products isn't okay because animals still suffer. It doesn't matter where they come from. A humane, happy farm, there's still suffering involved in it. So there's that. What else? The other thing too is he keeps professing that he wants a vegan world just like everyone else, yet nothing that he does and says is actually about bringing about a vegan world. All he is about encouraging people not to go vegan so you can go, he doesn't like abstract numbers. So for him, the point where someone is no longer a vegan depends on the frequency and intent. Now, that's not possible to get something from there. So to Tobias, someone that is 70% vegan or 80% vegan can still call themselves a vegan. So, if you have, let's say 8 of your 10 meals are plant-based, then hey, you can call yourself a vegan because you're 80% vegan. You're consuming 80%, you 80% of your meals are plant-based. So technically you can call yourself vegan. What about the other 20% of the meals that you consume? Well, frequency and intent. He doesn't like abstract numbers and things like that. Of all the years that I've been having discussions with Tobias, or up until he had his little hissy fit and his little tantrum and started blocking people who challenge his position because we're being dogmatic and we don't understand things. Well, sadly, Tobias, a lot of us do. It's just that you don't understand the message that you're promoting yourself. So he won't give an abstract number. So, cupcakes on church after weekends, with egg or dairy in them. Well, is it, 2 cupcakes every week, is that acceptable? He won't say what the ratio of frequency and intent. So if you've intended to consume something that contains animal products, well, if you did it once, well, and it's just, everything that he says falls over when challenged. It's only because he has captive audiences and he likes to demonize vegans that those who want to challenge him are normally too scared to speak up, lest they become one of the quote-unquote crazy vegans that he likes to talk about. This is the thing. He, for an anti-vegan, you'd think that he would have his own research or own evidence to back up his view of the use of veganism and everything like that. And instead, he refers back to the Faunalytics and research, finding, discussion, whatever it was, that said that the rates of VEG star N, so that's vegetarian and vegan, the rates of them falling off the wagon, so to speak, is 70 or 80%. I can't remember what it was, but it was a substantially large figure. Now, he likes to use that of saying, hey, this is why it's more effective if we get people to go baby steps and take a baby step approach, and then it becomes more meaningful that way for them. Well, no, it doesn't, because without that underlying moral message or that underlying emotional message that you've got in yourself, then you could be reducing for the next 20 or 30 years. And I mean, I know people that are in some of the different vegetarian/vegan groups that have been vegetarian for 20 or 30 years. So they reckon they're transitioning because they hear the vegan message all the time. They're transitioning to it. Well, how long do you need to transition to something? So yes, there's that. And one of his things was that the slides that he put up was that he loves using the pole vaulter. So we make it easier by people to go pole vault to get over the line about being vegan by lowering the bar. Now, Tobias loves lowering the bar. He lowers the bar on the consumption of wine that is not suitable for vegans. He lowers it with the consumption of lasagna that wouldn't be vegan due to egg in the pasta. He'd lower it for something that grandma made when you go and see her once or twice a year. He'd lower it for any excuse he can get to allow someone to consume animal products. Yep, he'll do it. And as I said, it's the whole 70, 80, 90% vegan thing is that allows him to lower the bar to make, hey, yes, let's call everyone vegan. So yes, I'm going to go a bit more into the thought experiments, or otherwise known as gotchas, that Tobias has. I'll get into recording them over the next couple of days and put them up. I'm creating a playlist as well. So this is a Tobias playlist and discussion. So there'll be a playlist of everything like that. So you'll be able to find the links, and they'll all be in one particular area. So you'll be able to find the playlist depending on when I get around to recording and uploading them and all that sort of stuff. So you'll be able to find the links to all that in the discussion. So what else is there? And that's the other thing too with Tobias, that he claims on one minute he's an animal rights activist, which if you have a look at that recent Guardian UK, I think it was, where him, the Vegan Brothers, and someone else got involved in it and got their little 15 minutes of fame, that he said he went vegan for animal rights reasons. Well, if he went vegan for animal rights reasons, he would understand it's about it's not about what you eat, and that's what he's talking about. It's what you eat and what you eat this and what you eat that. It's not about what you eat, because animals are sentient beings, so it's about who you eat. Now, that change in language is important, where it just shows that Tobias doesn't understand the whole concept of veganism, and he doesn't understand why people want to go vegan and say vegan in the first place. So there's that. He also likes to reference the Vegan Brothers in things as well. Now, the Vegan Brothers also believe that veganism, as I mentioned before, bumpy road here, is solely about food. Which, this is what's wrong, is that, yes, the majority of the animals that are consumed, are exploited and killed on a daily basis are killed for food. That doesn't make the other animals any less important as well. And it's very speciesist of Tobias to assume otherwise and to say, hey, I'm only interested in food animals, because if he's promoting veganism, then he needs to promote something that encompasses all animals. Now, there's so much stuff. I've written pages of notes down. I'm not going to go all over all that, otherwise this ends up being an hour-long discussion for his 55-minute presentation, and I think it was 20-minute Q&A or something like that. Now, that's the thing, is that for him, Tobias sees wine as a grey area, because it says if you have a look on bottles, it says this would use traditional methods, may contain, or that used eggs, fish or dairy or something like that, and traces may remain. To Tobias, that is a grey area. He doesn't believe that the consumption of that he believes that even though it says may contain, that it's still suitable to consume that and be classed as vegan. Now, the thing with that though is that he likes to pretend that, hey, it's too hard. Who's going to spend 10 minutes reading a wine bottle, and who's going to research their the wines that they drink beforehand? Well, sorry, Tobias, you have a look at people that drink wine. They spend time looking at the wine bottle to see, oh, okay, it's this is what it is. So they spend time reading the blurb. Oh, it's infused with this. Oh, it's a 1992 vintage, or 2008 vintage, it's infused with oak and whatever else, and it's got a few, nice fruity aroma and everything like that. People spend time reading that because they want a particular wine. Now, it's not that much harder to turn around and even do a little bit of research beforehand and think that, oh, okay, that wine's cleared a particular way. The other thing too is that there is an app that is available for, I believe, most smartphones. The Barnivore app, I believe that it is, that tells you what wines are and are not suitable for consumption by vegans. For Tobias to say that that's a grey area, that just shows laziness and a lack of a willingness to even look at anything that would cause him to change his beliefs and practices on things. And this is something that makes him a poor vegan spokesperson, because he's giving people more and more reasons. Oh, okay, hey, and it's a slippery slope too. Oh, we've consumed wine. Hey, look, we had 4 bottles of wine that may have had fish or dairy in it, or eggs. Oh, yeah, that's all right. We've consumed a bit of dairy with the wine. Let's just have, a little bit of cheese over here, or a little bit of something like that. So, Tobias, for everything that all these people do, like Swayze, Unnatural Vegan, everyone else saying that, saucer is bad for the vegan movement. Well, hey, hang on. How about holding that same yardstick to people like Tobias and say how bad they are for the vegan movement and how they are bad for veganism, full stop. So anyway, that's my rant for the day. I'm not going to get on too much more of a soapbox issue. Thank you for watching. My name's Cameron Blewett. Likes, thumbs up, thumbs down, comments, blah, 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 blah. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to having you joining me next time on Vegan Please TV. Bye for now.